A legal challenge has been filed in Germany in a bid to halt the country's federal government imposing new coronavirus laws. The legal complaint was filed in the German Federal Constitutional Court against Germany's new Infection Protection Act. The measures would enable the government to impose stricter lockdown measures across the nation's federal states. For the new coronavirus emergency brake to be imposed, it needs the signature of German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier after being passed by lawmakers in the Bundestag, but the complaint was submitted to the Constitutional Court before the emergency COVID-19 law was passed by the country's legislators. The Constitutional Court has the power to stop Mr. Steinmeier's signature. Berlin-based lawyer Klaus Pinkenel, who lodged the legal complaint, told German press agency dpa he deliberately filed the constitutional complaint before the Federal Council's decision. Mr. Pinkenel said he was also preparing more constitutional legal complaints in case the law comes into force. A spokesperson for the Constitutional Court was unable to confirm whether the application received was Mr. Pinkenel's. Germany Party Free Voters also filed a complaint against the act but has submitted it personally to the German President Party leader Hubert Aiwanger, said that the aim of their complaint is to defend the rights of freedom of the citizens. Mr. Aiwanger claimed the complaint is not about denying the coronavirus but to stop the government from imposing nationwide measures. He said, "The federal government is overreaching with a policy that does not make sense. This approach by the federal government is detrimental to democracy because it undermines other institutions, states and municipalities. I am deeply amazed at the willingness with which the federal states give their competencies to Berlin." The new COVID-19 emergency law was approved by Germany's upper house earlier today in a bid to fight the rising cases of infection. The law is set to give the government more powers to battle the third wave of the coronavirus, which includes introducing curfews between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. The new rules, which would apply until the end of June, would also set limits to private gatherings as well as shop openings. The law was drawn up by Chancellor Angela Merkel after 16 of Germany's federal states refused to put down tougher measures. Some 8,000 anti-lockdown protesters took to the streets of Berlin to put pressure on the parliament before the vote, and more than 150 protesters were arrested for breaking the COVID-19 rules and attacking police officers. Tougher lockdown rules could be in force as early as Monday, the 26th of April.